Hey guys, it's Dr. Webster, and we're doing another Woe Sports Rant. I'm joined by John. He's our new family member in the Webster Orthodontics family. He's going to be joining me for this rant. We're going to talk about college football first, because there's a lot of stuff that went down. Alabama, talking about going down, Tua, which is the quarterback of Alabama, the Heisman hopeful, he went out for the rest of the season. He dislocated his hip. In the game, they still won against Mississippi State, but that's a significant thing in terms of their chances of making the playoff and actually winning the playoff. What do you think about that, John?
Yeah, I think since how good of receivers they have, it's going to be tough taking away their really good quarterback. But I think Alabama's defense is still really good, so I think they're going to be ranked high. But I'm not sure if they're going to make it to the playoffs.
Who do you got in your playoffs right now?
Playoffs. Probably LSU. I think I'm going to take Oklahoma.
Really?
Oklahoma. I like Jalen Hurts on Oklahoma's team.
Okay.
And those two for sure. Probably Georgia is going to go in there. And
Okay.
then the last one, not quite sure yet.
You don't think Ohio State's a solid in? They're playing Penn State this week, and that's going to be kind of a
If they
rough
beat
match.
Penn State, I'll put them in my 4, but not yet.
Okay, I think Ohio State's a shoo-in because I think they're going to slaughter Penn State, and I think they're going to win their division, the Big Ten championship. LSU, here's the thing that I hope happens, is LSU and Georgia are now going to the SEC championship, unless LSU loses, which they're not going to lose. And if Georgia beats LSU, that means Georgia and LSU are going to go to the championship, and I'm putting Ohio State as a shoo-in. Then Clemson, they're in there right now, and they're not going to play anyway, so they're probably not going to lose, which leaves Alabama out. And I like that because Alabama needs to play Utah. 10 years ago, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Alabama played Utah for a bowl game, and they kind of scoffed at that. Alabama thought that they were worthy of a more challenging opponent in that bowl game. Utah was undefeated at the time, and they were actually saying the same thing. They should be in the championship game because they're undefeated. Well, Utah smoked Alabama. Smoked them. It was comical. I watched it in Utah with my family. I want a reunion game because Utah's doing really well. They beat UCLA by like 1 million points this week, and their next big game is against Oregon, and that's going to be really interesting. Because I want Utah to play Alabama, I want Oregon to win the Pac-12 because if Oregon plays the Pac-12, wins the Pac-12, they're going to be playing Penn State or Minnesota or whatever. Not going to be playing Ohio State because they're going to go to the championship. And because of that means Utah will have to be playing somebody else, and they can pick and choose whoever they want, and that's where Alabama goes in. And I think Utah would beat them.
Yeah.
So that's my thing right there. So let's go on to the comedy of errors. Let's comment a little bit. Oklahoma beat Baylor, so Baylor's not undefeated, and Minnesota got beat by Iowa. So the only undefeated teams are the top 3. It's kind of making it really easy on the committee. Hats off to those teams that did the upset. We'll see what happens with Penn State, Ohio State. What about the Cleveland incident? Cleveland Browns.
Okay, that was just a mess because someone could have got seriously injured.
Okay.
And that would have been really bad for the Browns and the Steelers because I think it was a very passionate game because both of them wanted to make it to the playoffs.
Okay.
And so, but both of them have criticism just because of the offseason. And then for the Browns, they have Baker Mayfield, which there's no controversy.
They're rivals, and I don't think either of them are going to the playoffs. By the way, it doesn't matter what they do. But I think that when I saw that, when the guy took off the other guy's helmet, it reminded me of Happy Gilmore when he's the only hockey player to take off his skate and trying to stab somebody with it. That's how comical it was. It should have been in a comedy movie. And Garrett, he deserves to be suspended for the rest of the season and then some. And he needs some anger management. Join Andrew Bernard and get some anger management. And then the other people that got suspension, they should have got suspended, but that was ridiculous. It was unprecedented. We need to have a better example in terms of sportsmanship for our youth, especially, and our fans. That's unacceptable. We do have a lot of good games for the NFL this week. And one of them is Dallas Cowboys and Patriots. Who do you got in that?
I've got New England because they are so
And I
good.
do too.
The first, I think it was 8 games, their defense had a worse quarterback rating than if the quarterback just spiked the ball every time.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Dallas needs to pull it together, and Patriots are playing. You know, Tom Brady talked about their offense. They need to be better offense. If the Patriots need better offense, then the world's about to end. Packers are playing the 49ers. That's going to be a good game. Whole bunch of good, solid games. So we'll check in next week during Thanksgiving week. Hopefully everybody's preparing their turkeys, and have a good day.